From the Convergence Studio in the School of Communication, this is Loyola News Chicago.
Hello and welcome to Loyola News Chicago. I'm Ashley Barnes.
And I'm Brittany Arnold. Here's the latest news. It's been a fixture in the Rogers Park neighborhood for decades, but in the fall, Loyola's Lakeshore campus will say farewell to the Windcrest Nursing Center. Sean Mayberry reports in the end of the sometime troubled relationship with the neighborhood.
Windcrest Nursing Center is an 80-bed home that houses adults with mental illnesses, including dozens with felony records, and is located on Winthrop Avenue on the Lakeshore campus. According to an Illinois Department of Health official, Windcrest is facing license revocation after being stripped of its Medicaid funding in March due to inadequate resident care. Students have had mixed feelings about the center for some time.
I did not realize it was a nursing home because there's so many crazy people or sketchy people going in and out. It doesn't really seem like somewhere that students would want to live near.
Well, I originally thought it was a halfway house until I was just informed that it was a nursing home, but it definitely causes a little bit of concern for the students around here and makes us feel a little uneasy. So I think that, closing it is a shame, but I think it's not the best location for it to be.
Simpson Hall is located right across the street from Windcrest, and many students have expressed concerns about the disturbances from the facility that can be heard throughout the day. Some students think it's a good idea if Windcrest is relocated.
In our dorm, specifically Simpson dorm, kind of have issues with the volumes and also being woken up by hacking and just loud music.
Students also believe the relocation of the facility will improve campus life.
It'll be an improvement on campus to not have just that element there, but I also think it's kind of unfortunate because I'm not sure where those people are going to go, and it's also unfortunate how poorly managed it was, I guess. Because it had potential to help a lot of people, and I feel like it was just kind of wasted.
Loyola is working with the owners to make sure the patients are relocated into places where they can receive proper care. Sean Mayberry, Loyola News Chicago.
Loyola is not ruling out the possibility of including the Windcrest property as part of its campus expansion.
A suspect has been caught in the Loyola check scamming case. Beginning last month, Loyola students thought they were helping a man who claimed to have lost his wallet. William Natim is accused of convincing 3 students to deposit checks between $100 and $250 into his Chase bank account. Eventually, each student noticed that their accounts were frozen and that they no longer had a balance. But police say on the 4th scamming attempt, a female student recognized the suspect because of campus safety emails. Investigators say when he asked her to cash a check for him, she told him she would be right back and notified authorities. Natim was taken into custody, and he is expected to make his court appearance this week. A sluggish morning commute is everyone's worst nightmare, especially when your train never comes. Tuesday morning, Forrest Claypool was among the thousands of passengers stranded after a derailment caused delays on the L's red, brown, and purple lines for more than 2 hours. Many passengers were loaded into buses to get to their destinations. Some Loyola students we talked to missed class Tuesday morning because of the problem. Claypool ended up walking home and having his wife drive to him so he could make it to his destination on time. He had been trying to take the L to get to a news conference where he was announced as the new head of the CTA.
Graduation is just around the corner, and finding a job is on every graduate's mind. But even though there is a lot of positive talk about the recovering economy, most of the newly created jobs might not be what you're looking for. According to a market study at Northwestern University, 80% of the 700,000 newly created jobs are only part-time, and a total of 9 million people in the United States work part-time. But don't worry, grads, a recent survey says that at least 13% more employers are planning to hire new college graduates compared to last year. A story from the Loyola Phoenix is now getting coverage in Chicago's professional media. A new seminary is being built near Loyola's Lakeshore campus. Phoenix Diversions editor Stan Golubchik found a dumpster on the construction site with ties to the Chicago mob outfit. But when Golubchik questioned the Archdiocese, he was turned away. Shortly after a story ran a few weeks ago, the DNP dumpsters disappeared. This week, Golubchik was interviewed by Fox Chicago News about his appearance with the story and how he was treated by the Archdiocese. His story is on the Fox website.
In 2007, the family secret case sent several Chicago mob bosses to prison for more than a dozen murders and various crimes. One of the key witnesses in the case was Frank Calabrese Jr., who testified against his father in court, even without immunity or government protection. 4 years later, Calabrese is still getting threats against him, but our own Ashley Morgan got a rare opportunity to interview Calabrese about life in the mob.
What started out as a family story led to the downfall of the Chicago outfit. Frank the Rat Calabrese Jr. sent this letter to the FBI in 1998 while in prison. The aftermath of sending the letter put him against his own father in court. Last month, Calabrese released a tell-all book, Operation Family Secrets. He was scheduled to have book signings at 2 Chicago area borders. The events were canceled after borders received threatening voicemails. But this hasn't discouraged Calabrese from telling all. During his childhood, Calabrese recalled growing up in a large Italian family. He also remembered his father testing his allegiance in the world of organized crime. Yet Frank described his childhood as charmed.
I had a lot of family support, a lot of people around. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, there was always big parties. I went to a good school. You know, I wasn't spoiled, but my father and mother always took care of us. We were never in need of anything.
Eventually, the mob made its way into the Calabrese home. Calabrese Jr. went from the son of a mob boss to a mob soldier on the streets. He became extremely involved in organized crime. In this very room, Calabrese talked about his commitment to his father, a commitment he was willing to keep even if that meant the murder of fellow mobster John Feccarata.
So whatever my father said to do, I did. And in that murder there, I was ready for it because this man was doing stuff to hurt our family. Even though he was doing stuff to hurt the outfit too, my reason to be there is this is about family, this is about us. I don't care about the outfit.
Although Calabrese was not a part of the Feccarata murder, it was one of the 18 murders investigated in the Family Secrets trial. The letter Calabrese sent to the FBI in 1998 sparked a 7-year investigation. Calabrese's testimony in front of the judge is what keeps his father behind bars today.
There's one thing on my father's mind right now, actually 2 things. 1 is to get out and 2 is to kill me.
Today, Frank Calabrese Sr. is serving a life sentence in Springfield Correctional Center. In March 2010, the FBI raided his Oak Brook home where they found over $2 million in jewelry and cash. He has yet to speak to his son. As for Calabrese Jr., he resides in Phoenix with his ex-wife and 2 children, where he is busy making pizzas. Ashley Morgan, Loyola News, Chicago.
Calabrese is currently in touch with several victims' families of his father's crimes. He told Ashley he struggles with the temptation of mob life every day. We'll be right back.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I got no balls for losing. Shocking. Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We're just buzzed. Just buzzed? You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine. I feel good. Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
Black World Studies is marking 40 years at Loyola, and even though some people have concerns about the program's future, today was a day of celebration. The celebration included dancing and music in Mundelein Auditorium. The concerns about the program's future stem from the removal of some of its courses from the new core and the renaming of others. The interim director for Black World Studies says the anniversary celebration is a way to highlight the program and its contributions to the university.
But what we're hoping is that by drawing attention to the Black World Studies program,
And, you know, it's history of development and overcoming adversity, overcoming, you know, a lot of adversity. It's that we believe that the Black Road Studies program has much to contribute, especially to the Jesuit mission to promote a transformative education.
Professor Stinkin says he's concerned about the removal of some programs' classes from the Corps because student enrollment is already low, and this could make the program even less visible. The Black World Studies program started in 1971 when Loyola's then president, Father Raymond Baumhart, appointed his first director. Going green has become a popular trend in the recent years. Tahira Rockman explains how Rogers Park residents are coming together to be a part of a global effort.
The third annual North Lakeshore Earth Day welcomed visitors of all ages to Loyola University on Saturday. Students and community members browsed tables in the Quinlan Life Science Building that showcased over 100 green initiatives on campus and in surrounding areas of Rogers Park. Neighborhood vendors sold handmade jewelry to aid artisans in India, Thailand, and Nepal. Children got their hands dirty making their own compost piles, complete with earthworms. Booths occupied 3 floors of the building, offering visitors plenty of ways to get involved.
And we had, you know, every age group from, you know, infants and babies and small toddlers and children who were learning and doing yoga next to grandmothers that were doing yoga like right along with them.
Local businesses had a strong presence at the event. One company sold biodegradable cleaning supplies and water filters. Hungry visitors learned about animal rights while they snacked on chocolate soy milk and vegan cookies from a local bakery. Bike organizations promoted the benefits of traveling on 2 wheels instead of 4. Although the 2 planned bike rides were canceled due to the weather, over 500 people attended the Earth Day celebration. Tahira Rahman, Loyola News Chicago.
Loyola students can live green this summer by taking advantage of the new weekly and semester-long bike rentals offered by the Bike Club.
The men's volleyball team is putting its skills and smarts to work this week. 12 Lammers were selected as part of the academic all-conference team for 2011, ranking Loyola 4th overall. To be eligible, athletes must maintain a 3.0 grade point average after completion of the fall semester. Loyola will host Grand Canyon on April 23rd for the tournament quarterfinals at 7 p.m. The women's softball team has been battling this week with Mother Nature, that is. The Ramblers have rescheduled 2 series this week already. The women's matchup with Green Bay was rescheduled due to severe weather conditions on Tuesday. They will now play Green Bay on Wednesday. The Wright State series was also moved up 2 hours on April 22nd to a 1 o'clock start time. The Ramblers will be playing 2 doubleheaders this week. There will now be another new face for Loyola men's basketball. Former TCU assistant coach and Chicago native Armin Gates has joined the Ramblers as an assistant under new head coach Porter Moser. Gates spent 2 years as an assistant coach at Kent State prior to TCU and began his career as a graduate assistant coach at Western Kentucky University. Gates is a former high school basketball star in the Chicago area.
All-you-can-eat buffets and pulling all-nighters can lead to an unhealthy lifestyle for college students. But Shannon Egan reports on a group of Loyola students who may have found the answer to eliminating stress.
The most stressful time of year for students is right around the corner. Loyola After Hours Yoga program is promoting a balance in students' lives. Jenna Eberly is the After Hours programmer.
So we decided to try to partner with Sacramento Life and host yoga right after Taze prayer. And so the idea was to link the two so that students would have the freedom to go to that prayer service and then continue on with their meditation if they wanted to.
The activities help students wind down after a long day and are said to increase the quality of sleep. Yoga takes place at both the Lakeshore and Water Tower campuses at 10 o'clock p.m. I'm here at the Information Commons where students take a break to focus on their minds and bodies. This is the first year that Loyola After Hours program has introduced yoga. On average, 40 students show up to the class every week. Loyola senior Allie Borer has been instructing the program for a semester now.
I feel like whenever anybody leaves, they're all like in good moods and everything, and that hopefully they leave feeling better.
Studies show that yoga helps to promote better grades by creating an atmosphere of concentration and mindfulness. Mari Thompson has only missed 1 class spring semester.
I suggest it to everyone. I mean, it's an hour that you would have been spending on Facebook or something else anyways. Instead, you can be doing something to strengthen your body and mind.
Sign up is not necessary for the class, but after hours suggests that you bring your own mat. Shannon Egan, Loyola News, Chicago.
Tonight is the last session for the semester, but Loyola After Hours plans to continue offering yoga again in the next school year.
Lent is almost over, and of course, many people of the Christian faith give something up during the Lenten season. We want to find out what people gave up this year and how it's going.
Give up anything, but I chose to read every night from a Lenten journal that the church gave out here, and that's going pretty well. I've been doing it just about every night.
I gave up my credit card for Lent. It was going well until I needed to take a taxi somewhere, so I had to use it, but that's the only time I've used it.
It was going pretty well. I gave up meat for actually the entire thing instead of just on Fridays, and that includes fish.
So I tried to give up swearing for Lent, which was really difficult, so I kind of amended it to I tried to give up swearing in public places in front of children.
The word Lent comes from the German word meaning spring, which in itself is a root of a word meaning long, symbolizing the longer days at this time of year. Did you give up anything for Lent?
I actually didn't do Lent. I celebrated Passover. What did you give up?
I always give up chocolate, but I never actually give it up,
Oh,
so
no.
I guess it doesn't really work.
Well, that's it for us now. Thanks for watching.
Join us next week for more Loyola News Chicago.